This is big time!
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone's mother into this.
Your mama in the fucking stands!
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pashitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.
Oh boy! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How's it going, folks? Welcome to another episode of Behind the Jeans. Thank you for being here as every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and Behind the Jeans Show at gmail.com. That is the place that you can get a hold of us. Send in anything and everything that you want us to read, to see. And that's for people who are both inside the Stink Portal and outside the Stink Portal. Define chat for Your Mom's House YouTube members only. If you're not a member, you can watch. But if you want to get in the Stink Portal, gotta be a member. Sign up for a membership. Or perhaps if one of the people in the chat are feeling charitable, they could potentially gift you with a membership. So make sure that you have that in your little gifted membership tab. You have accept gifted memberships on. That way you can receive them. And oh boy, so many new members already today as I've jumped in here. We've got Calvin, we've got Christy, we've got Michael, we've got Shockwave Gaming, Bino the Don, Brandon, Mason Carter, Buddy Deese, Chad Von Shore, a member named Hi Mommy, Mason Carter, Simon, Paul, and Bobby Large, all brand new members jumping in the Stink Portal today. A busy chat. And remember, Behind the Jeans Show at gmail.com is the place to send things in. Ooh, another one. We got Bill just jumping on here. Look at that. Bill, welcome to the Stink Portal, my friend. Thank you. Last week I was worse for wear. I had the flu. That was like my flu game. I've done this show hungover probably before. I've done it with a headache, but having the flu and doing it, I was having a difficult time talking. Today, my motor functions are I'm like having sleep inertia. You ever have that before? It's lasted hours too. I can't snap out of it. I'm not quite sure how. So my motor functions are all like weird today. So if I make any technological mistakes, that's why. Or if I stumble upon my words, because I don't know what's going on with my brain is still asleep. What is that? I don't know what that means. I haven't had it this bad in a long time. So I am doing my best to both multitask my brain, speaking to you, reading the Stink Portal. So if I'm a little slow on the uptake, that's why today. But Behind the Jeans Show at gmail.com is going to be the source of much of what we discussed today, because Cougar has gone through the email and just pick and pulled and found all sorts of different things, from artwork to questions, all kinds of things in Behind the Jeans Show at gmail.com. We're going to focus much of the show on that today. But I thought before we do that, I'd get the Stink Portal's opinion on crop dusting, because I want to hear your crop dust stories out there. Have you crop dusted lately? We hear about something from Tom and Christina. They went to Sedona. They were doing sound baths, and it sounds like Christina gave somebody a sound bath of her own. Let's hear it.
Yeah. And then I was so worried you would fart, because it's at a higher altitude, Sedona. And we all had altitude farts.
But somebody was kind of the leader in that department. Do you remember who that was?
Is it me?
That was you.
Yeah. Tell.
Well,
I like that you're supportive of.
I wouldn't call it support. It was probably the boldest thing.
Yeah.
That I don't even know if you were aware that you did it, because it was so offensive that somebody was outdoors reading a book by a fire pit, clearly in just the most relaxed, enjoyable state. This woman was happy. She was at peace. She was reading outside. The climate was was cool, but it was nice. The fire, and she's reading a book, and you walked right next to her and farted in her face. You farted in her face, and your ass was at her face level, and you just were like, "Hope you're enjoying the book."
I did.
Like right in her face, basically, and then she went like,
Does she really do?
"Yeah,
that?
of course." She was like, "What
That's
the-"
your interpretation of what happened for me.
We'll hear Christina's interpretation as well, but I don't even want any holes poked in that story from what I've heard. I mean, this is, as Christina has said many times, all of this around us in the Your Mom's House universe, in the Jeans verse, if you will. It has been built on farts. It's the house built on farts. And Christina, the queen of farts, clearly. I mean, I'd want to picture her just standing next to this woman's head, even looking at the woman and being like, I'm going to deliver this straight to the dome and just ripping a loud one. I want to even presume that it was super loud and not just like a, you know what I'm saying? Because if you have a fart next to your face, we've all had them. I feel like even if it's like a soft one, it's even more egregious because you know that thing is gonna. Why do the soft ones to me, and maybe I'm wrong, they smell worse than the loud ones. And so I would think if it was just like a soft one near you, that's even more like, because it's also trying to be stealth. You know what I'm saying? A loud one's a little LOL. And, next to the face is diabolical. That is pink eye territory. Let's listen to Christina's version, though, so we can have all our imaginations destroyed.
For me, it was just, I was trying to impress you, trying to get on your level.
Did you notice her before you did that?
Now I like it even better. So you know it was loud if she was trying to impress. She's like, hey, watch this. So she did kind of say it right to the So that's even crazier, actually. I love it.
Don't care. It's my vacation. This was my time in Sedona. I was connecting with higher vibrations.
Vibrations are what she felt too.
I didn't know. I honestly did not know that I farted on a woman.
It merited an apology, just so you know.
Really?
Absolutely.
I did not.
You should have been like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. Excuse me. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Now
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I did not know that. I really didn't know that.
You farted in her face. Yeah.
It's better to not know it, to act like you didn't know it. Because if you say sorry, that's admitting that you totally and fully comprehend the fact that you just farted straight into the person's face. That apology is an admission of guilt in this case. You kind of have to plead ignorance on this one by not apologizing, in my opinion. I don't know. What do we think out there in the stink portal? Fucking Bobby, he's saying how Ozempic farts are probably pretty nasty. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had an Ozempic fart, but at the same time, doesn't it just make you eat less? So maybe it makes you almost the way depression medication makes it so your dick can't get hard. What if Ozempic deprives you of your farts? Do they have that in the side effects warning when they talk about it on television in the pharmaceutical ads? Do they say side effects may include inability to fart loudly and impressively to your husband? I'm not sure. I've never taken it, as I mentioned, so I do not know. Fart in my eyes, mommy. No, that's bad. You don't want to get farts in your eyes, Taylor. I'm telling you right now, farts are all fun and games. They're loud and they smell weird. But you get a fart in your eye, and that could cause some trouble. Take it from a blind man. That's not what happened to me, by the way. God took my eyes. It wasn't taken by an errant fart. It was taken by the Lord. In just a genetic situation. Thank God, by the way, because you don't want a poo particle going into your eye. That is pink eye galore, and that could take away one of your eyes. You don't want to get farts. Close your eyes. If you're going to have farts in the face, if that's your thing, make sure you just close your eyes or you wear some protective eyewear like you're doing some work on a fucking... I was gonna try and name a tool just now. I was going to try and name a tool, but the sleep inertia has my brain broken. Plus, I don't know tools. What the hell am I talking about? But, manual labor that requires goggles. Anyhow, welding, that would have been a good one. My Lord, dusted Potter's eyes. Oh, yes, no, God, maybe that's true. Maybe I should just put it in that metaphor, almost like when it's thundering outside, how they say, God is bowling. When I say the Lord took my eye, I should just say he farted straight into my eye. Fucking Bobby, yeah, no, I mean, who else to better give you advice on your eyes? Take me as a cautionary tale. Also, by the way, I have one left. I lose that one, I got to get a stick. I got to get a dog. You know what I'm saying? So you don't think I am aware of the things to preserve my eye? Who better? Who better to help you out? But I was trying to get some fucking, some crop dusting stories out of y'all here in the stink portal, but you guys all just seem very absolutely concerned that I'm discussing eye stuff here at the end of the day. Bow wow, indeed. So Melissa says, I like this, like when the girls say cute things to me, or a wife, and then Amber Oakley says, bow wow. I like that indeed. I like that quite a bit. Let us get back to the story because I think Tom is actually impressed by the lack of apology. You can see it in his eyes here. Do we have it up on the TV? Let's see. Look at it in his eyes. You can see. This is the look of like, I love you and I'm impressed by your inconsiderate ways.
Her whole week got ruined. Yeah.
What did she look like?
Yeah.
What did she?
Oh, yeah, this is not my fault. Thank you for bringing this
Go
up,
ahead.
Josh. He just Googled that gas and bloating at high altitudes are common and can be caused by a number of factors, including lower air pressure, trapped gas, and swallowing air. It's not my fault, is what I think Josh Solo is trying to say. Thank you so much for being on my
you
side
pushed
here.
it out. It wasn't like, how did this happen? You pushed
I
it
wanted
out.
to impress you. What's so bad about wanting your spouse's approval? That's our love language, babe.
That's true. That is true.
And maybe you're right there. I forget. I think it was fucking Bobby who brought up the Ozempic farts. Maybe you are correct, sir, in that, or maybe my theory was correct. I should say, where that the Ozempic was depriving Christina of her farts for however long, and then they get to the high altitude of Sedona, where the aforementioned side effects of altitude had fallen upon Christina, and then it just created farts in her body, and they were coming out galore, and it was like she was excited. She thought, oh my God, my farts have been loud. They have been robust on this trip, and she wanted to impress Tom, and here we are now in the story.
I really enjoyed Sedona. I like that you and I did that, and then you went on a little bit of a psychedelic
I did a
thing,
little
too.
extra journey. I met a cool local named Sage, and they have the coolest names there, Echo,
They all
Sage.
do.
And I smoked DMT with him.
Nice. We can come back to this later. I want to get to your things in the stink portal here. Not only your crop dust stories, but you've been sending in wonderful emails and contributions to the show. And Cougar has gone through the trouble of assembling these things and putting them together for me today. And I thought we would get into that. But I mean, do we have any crop? I thought the stink portal would yield some crop dusting stories for us today. But you guys don't even want to share. You're just having your own fun conversation, which is perfectly all right. I'm glad to have you here for that. I love you. But why don't we get into some other people who perhaps, I don't know if these folk inside or outside the stink portal. Again, if you are on the outside and you've been emailing behindthegeneshow@gmail.com, well, thank you for doing that. But do please join us here, or at the very least, keep those gifted membership exceptions opened on your YouTube tab there. That way, maybe you're down and out or what have you, someone will come along and gift you with a membership who's already inside the stink portal. We have so many generous folk inside the stink. Obviously, some art is derived from other art or inspired from other art, and I'm not sure an example that I can give you from regular art history, but apply that logic to this. Christina, of course, had her original fantastic piece of Tom choking, and someone saw that and was inspired by that, made a different version of it, and a 2.0, if you will. Who sent this? And let me see if I have that on my thing here. I don't have the person that fans submitted things. Cougar, make sure you put the person's name on, unless this person doesn't want to be. Oh, it says it down there. What the heck is this person's? I can't read it. By Jansen, B. Jansen. You guys can tell better than I can, probably. Bajanjin. I don't fucking know. You try to read that cursive down there. Congratulations. This is fantastic. Thank you for showing it to us. Do appreciate it a great deal. Now, let's see what this thing is here. Hold on. Yada-dee, yada-dee. Haha. This is so annoying that you have to close all this horse shit before we do it. Oh, it's an ad that was sent to us at behindthejeansshow.com. And we do have some questions from emails coming up here in a second. This looks like, they sent in this insurance ad. Evidently, this is the doppelganger thing. This happens. Can I tell you this about oftentimes fan submissions? And I'm sure Cougar just found this one as probably the best one, but there's probably 17 million people sending in like, is this Tom? Is this, whoever, Danny Brown? Is this, the doppelganger thing, I think I want to discourage it. Because it's off. This one's pretty good because it's a blonde lady and it's a guy who's bald with a beard and glasses. I would have to do a double look, but I'm a fucking blind man. You understand? Even I look at that and I go, okay, yeah, I guess. Very rarely do I get caught seeing one of your fantastic doppelgangers and go like, wow, I'm never impressed by them. That's my point. And I just go, yeah, I guess it's a blonde lady with a bald guy who has a beard and glasses. Sure. And it happens for everybody. These are like I swear, I get them sent to me about me, and I go, okay, this is what it's oftentimes, it's like your brain is drawing a painting of me. Like if you were to draw me from memory, I go, okay, this is what this guy thinks of me. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what the doppelganger game really teaches me at the end of the day. But I'm never impressed by your ability to be like, wow, this guy looks just like this guy. But this is an insurance ad, evidently, here. Get $2 million life insurance for just $2.09 per day at... I don't even know that's not the insurance number, but I don't know if these people are the insurance agents or if this is supposed to be two happy people that are married, and it's like, this guy's going to clearly die of a heart attack, and this lady's smiling because she has his life insurance policy to look forward to because she lives a healthy life. She jogs, yada, yada, yada. All right. Let's get to some of the questions. What does this say here? John Segura from Sedona, Arizona. Yeah, that's what Tom saw himself in as the DMT trip at the end of the day. But we have questions, and perhaps the people in the Stink Portal here can help me answer them, or at least give their take on things. I would like that very, very, very much. Let me see here. The first question, I'm not like pulling these up. I'm just going to read them to you. There's an is it weird question here, an advice request, and a fan sharing their Tony John's cameo. And plus we got 2 Airtight stories. You know, those are my favorite. We're saving those to the end. So let us start with the question asking if something is weird here. Hey, Mommy, my wife likes to play with the loose skin on my ball bag because she says it feels like Play-Doh. Is it weird because I tell her she's a psycho all the time for doing it? Keep them high and tight. Please, please piss on me, beat me, Curtis. Oh, boy. So I often play with the skin of my balls as well. I don't refer to it as Play-Doh necessarily, but it is now that woman has pointed that out to all of us via her husband, Curtis, I think that's a very accurate description for it. Very different than your doppelgangers out there. Very accurate in this case, indeed. Squishy ball skin. Now, I was going to wonder if it was weird or not to you out there. He says you're a psycho, but I think it's a psycho thing, and this is why he thinks it's weird, because she's like down there playing with him, going like, this is like Play-Doh, when you really want her to just put her mouth on it. You know what I mean? You're like, hey, let's stop talking about like what it's like and examining it, and how about we just get to more mouth on the balls, right? Maybe that's it. Do you try to tuck all of your junk inside your balls? Do you try? I have done that too, Bobby. I mean, I don't know if that's a state of lack of size of my penis when it is soft completely. I mean, and how smushy it gets, or if that's all of us. I don't know. I've never played with another. I mean, believe it or not, shocking to perhaps some of you, I've never played with another penis or balls before, so I don't know if it's similar to my own. I would imagine gay guys know this all the time. They would be able to tell you up and down the scale and, spectrum of balls and dicks, and they could really get into the bottom of it. Melissa said it wasn't weird. She says, I love that. I mean, I feel like the women who don't shy away from balls are fascinated by the skin and all that kind of thing, you know? Hey, come on, little boner. You don't have to lie to kick it, Potter. Listen, I couldn't possibly lie. If I ever sucked a penis, you people would be the first people to know about it. Trust me. I can't keep my mouth shut about my own life on any podcast. And I don't have the ability to maintain balls in my head juggling in the air. Ironic. What a pun there. That was on accident. I can't keep the plate spinning on lies is my point. And I'd forget it, and you'd find me out, and you'd catch me right away, because I don't, and I also don't have, I have this weird guilt complex about lying. All my mom would have to do is look at me and I would melt down and tell the truth about anything immediately. I have this weird guilt complex about lying. Trust me, I wish I didn't for many times in my life. But boy, and I wish I had it. I might even just suck a dick someday just to have a story down the road. You know what I mean? You get kind of older in life. Things kind of mellow out in terms of tumult, and you kind of need a fun story. So I'd go out there and suck a dick just to come on here and talk to you about it. Quite frankly, for the research at the end of the day, if I had to. Stanktron. Well, your mom knows I'm not. How about that, Stanktron? You fuck. I'm just kidding. I love you. Welcome back to the Stink Portal, my friend. Oops, I clicked on Chubby Blunt's thing there, and it has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about. I'll suck a dick, but she's got to be hot. That might be the way that I go about it at the end of the day. I don't know how this devolved into me and what circumstance it would require for me to suck a penis. I don't know how that got there. I guess don't all conversations kind of devolve that way at the end of the day. Let's go to the next question on here. So I don't think it's weird at all. You call her a psycho all the time there, Curtis, but I don't think it's weird. I'd say whatever reason, reason, I suppose, that she needs to get down there and start playing with those things, I say you encourage it. Oh, yeah, babe, you want to play with some Play-Doh? Should we uncork the Play-Doh today? I don't like calling it toys and stuff, though. That makes it sound like you're dating a child. Anyhow, we need some advice on this next one, and this one I need your help with. I have not experienced this. I don't know if it's the lusciousness. This is another crotch question. I don't know if it's the lusciousness of my pubes and how I shampoo them or what, but I've never truly experienced this. Unless it's been from an athletic situation, which we know not many of those occurring for the roach over here. But they ask, I have eczema on my crotch. Can't be fun. Cannot be fun. Every time before I finish a shower, I turn the water on scorching hot and I spray my eczema-ridden crotch because it feels amazing. As I'm spraying it, I scratch it at the same time. Should I stop this? That from Ryan. I do like the bravery, though a vague name. I do like the bravery of sharing your name. Do we have any people out there like that? Ew, says Stanktron. Stanktron is judgmental today in the Stink Portal. You win most judgmental award. This is an accepting place. We have to allow Ryan to be open and honest with us about his crotch rot. Okay? I mean, if not here, where can he be so forward with a question like this looking for advice? Call Dr. Drew and ask him, Potter. I think here's the problem. This is why Dr. Drew's never been on this show. It's because he streams at the same time as this show. He does, because, he's got 1,000 fucking things. He's probably talking to Vivek Ramaswamy or something right now on his fucking show. I'm going to give it a shot. I'll give it a shot and try. I was going to say, this is a question for Dr. Drew, but I can offer from just a little sort of small experience. I have experienced something where I think it was like, it wasn't like poison ivy or anything like that. I forget what it was, but there was a minor incident. This isn't like a common occurrence where I had this, where it was like the water, it was like itchy and the water was on it. It wasn't crabs, was it? I don't fucking, I mean, it was literally for a day and it was camping. So it was like one of those things, just like allergic reaction, I think. Rash kind of situation. I don't fucking know. I was like, was it crabs? Why would I? Because I was having sex with a girl in camping. Can you get camping crabs? Anyhow, regardless of the reason, I just remember distinctively being in that like hot shower once you returned from camping and having the water go and feeling great. But here's the thing. I feel like and I don't know eczema very well. I don't have that very often. I think it's from being hairy. But I think you're not supposed to scratch it because you could just start bleeding. What if he's just down there like, oh yeah, and he just like rips it open and starts bleeding? You just scratched it too hard, Potter. Maybe. I mean, what's that? So you're saying go lighter. Okay. Corey Sanchez with great advice. Maybe you just got to lightly scratch at it. I don't know. These people are judging you, Ryan, and I don't want you to be judged. Camping crabs, LOL says. I mean, is that a thing? Can you get crabs from the outdoors or some sort of critter jumping into your pubes? Let's see if we can get Dr. Drew on the old horn here. I'm going to say, I don't want him to call me back. This is the problem. Can I say the problem? I don't want to call him and then him be on the air, not be able to pick up, and then have him, he'll call me back later and I'll be like, hello, and he'll be like, Josh, and I'll be like, I just wanted to get you on, and then he'll be like, well, how's it going? Which is very nice of him. He is very, I like that but then I'll tell him something. I'll be like, I had sleep inertia today. What's it caused by? Is it from doing cocaine weeks ago? Like something like, I'll confess something I don't want to have a conversation about. That's all I'm saying. Let's call him. Oh my God, his face popped up on my screen. It's not even going through.
I'm sorry, not available.
Yeah, see, his phone's not even on because he's on the air, folks. But that means he won't call me back because it didn't go all the way through. It just went straight to voicemail. Whoo! Dr. Drew's like my friend's cool dad who thinks everyone's on meth. No, he doesn't. He just is. I like that he's concerned for me. Somebody is. You know what I mean? It feels good, but I get that like, it's like when you talk to your mom or dad or something like that where, you just like, well, maybe like it's only me. Maybe it's only me that I just confess everything. I talk to you about how I can't lie. I'm a vessel of just confessions a lot of the time. Let's see here. So we have no more crotch rock advice for this fella. You guys are down with him scratching. You wanted me to ask Dr. Drew as if it was my problem that I have. I don't see. That's the thing. If I asked him like it's my problem, then I'm going to go on one of his shows at some point in front of a new audience. I'm trying to get people to come visit me or like see my shows live. By the way, I'm going to be in San Diego, March 27th at American Comedy Company. Go to thejoshpotter.com and buy tickets if you're out there in San Diego. But I'm going to go on, maybe I go on his show or we're on a podcast at Skankfest or something like that. And he'll be like, remember when you had that itchy crotch? You still got that itchy crotch going on? And I'll be like, Drew, it was a fucking gag, dude. It's a fucking gag. Like I had that cyst in my back that was wrapping around my spine. And he got me to go get surgery and I did. I had it removed. It was 5 inches long, almost wrapped around. They pulled it out, and we were at Skankfest many, 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 many months later. I want to say almost an entire year, maybe even more. It was at least 6. I had the surgery in May, and Skankfest is in the autumn. And we're there at Vegas, and we were on stage together, and he's like, why don't you show him your scar, because you had a crate, because I did. I had like a crater in my back. It's a gnarly. I can't even like show it to you. It will be in a YouTube terms of service would come down on my ass, and we'd get the whole big channel ripped up, and then there would be no more Stink Portal if I showed you this, because I almost got my YouTube ripped down because of this thing when I showed it on the Josh Potter show, which comes out every Wednesday. Go check that out. But he was like, "We got to see the scar. Come on, let's see the scar." And I was like, "Fine. I don't know if there even is a scar." And I took it down, and he was impressed by the doctor's work because there is no scar there. He was like, "Well, that was unimpressive." And I was like, "Yeah, man, it was like a really long time ago." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if I asked him about my itchy crotch, that would be something we'd have to discuss every time I saw him for God knows how long. And I don't have an itchy crotch. That was Ryan at behindthejeansshow@gmail.com. Not me. I'm not the itchy crotch guy. I would make sure that he knows it's Ryan. That would have been a terrible idea, Cougar. It's a boil. What is that? A boil? Isn't a boil like a bump on your crotch, or like a bump on anything? A boil that I never had one of those. I don't think, or I don't know, but I thought maybe they'd have pus inside of them. Like it was something that if you scratched at it, it would explode. I don't know. Maybe I have a wrong idea of what that is. Could be scabies. Is scabies those bugs like in The Mummy, where they're like, and they go in your skin, and then and then they go in your heart and kill you? Isn't that a scabie? So is it like that? Is it gonna kill Ryan, the scabies? Am I wrong? Are those not scabies? Scabies sounds cute. The thing I'm thinking of is that little bug. Remember that little bug in The Mummy that goes into your skin and it's like, and goes up his arm? Those are scarabs. See, I was close. Scabies and scarabs. They're both inside your skin. So, like, is a scabie a little baby scarab? Oh, okay. No. Scarabs. Okay, cool. Now I got it. Thank you. Everything's got pus inside of your dedicated fucking Stangtron, man. On fire. Happy to have him back. Thank you for being here, Stangtron. By the way, whilst we were talking scarabs versus scabies, a new member joining the Stink Portal, Matthew Lyle, is here. Welcome, Pally. Welcome, Matthew. Put it on the fucking... Stop blinking it. Oh, you're just doing it for effect? You're giving me a fucking seizure over here. Christ almighty. Chill out, Cougar. Love you too there, Stinktron. Okay, so we got to the bottom. We got to some variables out there. If you're listening, check for scarabs and scabies. You don't want either one of them. Check for a boil. I'm sure, though, if you've been scratching very hard at your itchy crotch every day in the shower, it would have popped right now. And do check for a rash of some kind, maybe camping crabs. Whatever the case may be, maybe get an antifungal cream or something to rub down there. I don't know his weight either. Is his crotch oft pushed and smushed together by thighs and such like that? I'm getting fat, so one day I'll find out what happens to your body in terms of crevices and things like that. I'll get there. Don't you worry. I'm not trying at all, actually. I sit here and I go, I'm trying to counteract it. I'm not. I just drink 1,000 beers a day, and I walk here and there, and I keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Don't you worry. I'm gonna start real soon. I'm gonna get obsessed with it. Have not yet. So one day I'll find out via gaining weight what it's like to have an itchy ass crotch. I'm sure. Next up in the emails at behindthejeanshow@gmail.com. We have an email from Scott regarding a double pipe classic. Dear mommies, I've been listening to your discussions of the double pipe classic, and I think you are incorrect. Now, this is crazy. I mean, that sentence alone just made me a little hot and a little weirded out for a second. You know how when you find out something is been different than you've been thinking your whole life, you're like, sure, JFK, he was shot by whatever the hell that guy's name was up in the old book depository thing. Yeah. And then you like read a little bit and you're like, whoa, my whole earth is shattered. Just a sort of a, groundbreaking sort of like revelation sort of thing. That's what might happen here. What if this guy blows our minds and he changes our idea of what a double pipe classic is? I have been listening to your discussions of the double pipe classic, and I think you are incorrect. Whenever I hear you talk about the classic, I think back on my own exceptional experience. Oh, okay, so this is going to be someone who has had his own sort of thing, and we're going to go, I mean, I don't know. Again, let's keep an open mind, you know? We could have our earth shattered today. One December after my company Christmas party, I was not feeling well. I did not drink alcohol or overeat. I was at home relaxing, and suddenly I had to run to the bathroom. I made it to the toilet and had explosive diarrhea. Then I pulled back the shower curtain and puked in the shower. As I was leaning over puking, I had more explosive diarrhea, spraying it all over the side of the vanity. That was a double pipe classic. Then I had to yell to my wife in my best Forrest Gump voice, Jedi. I did that pretty good. Jedi. She almost puked too when she got to the bathroom to see what was happening. My kids thought it was really funny, so my version of the double pipe classic is puking and shitting at the same time. Keep those jeans high and tight, Scott. Now, I don't disagree with him there that could very well be. That's like a wet double pipe classic. You know how you get a burrito and you want that burrito wet? That's what's happening here with that double pipe classic. Because usually a double pipe classic, if you don't know, I don't know how you're here watching this, first of all, if you have no idea. And I know certainly that if you are in the Stink Portal, you must know what a double pipe classic is. But I don't mind educating a newcomer, perhaps watching for the first time, stumbling upon this via YouTube. A double pipe classic is typically when you burp and fart at the same time. And only a few have been on record in history, in the all of humanity, the history of the human body. Only a few are on record within the Genes verse. Very rare occasion. It's like seeing a shooting star 4 times in one night. This guy's blaming Panda Express here. Who's this? Knee down sup. He's blaming Panda Express for this man Scott's affliction. A double pipe classic where and I feel like this one is, if you live a certain lifestyle, less rare than the gas aversion. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know that's crazy. This one seems obviously more violent, more difficult to clean, definitely more of a to-do than a double pipe classic. But I feel like to have the gas go both directions, that is something truly special and rare, and such a blip, by the way. It's not something that's long-lasting. This other occasion, though more devastating, I feel like less rare. I mean, if you have a crazy booze night, although he said he has not overeaten, he has not had a crazy booze night, but those things, he's just saying that so, I mean, I'm sure he's telling the truth, but I'm saying that he's putting those two things as culprits for this occurring usually. Do you know what I'm saying? So those things can be contributing factors as well. As a person who has drank quite a bit, I feel like I've had that affliction where almost it's like your diarrhea is so bad that it's making you throw up. Also, you're just feeling like garbage. So, yeah, you just got to get it out of your system in some capacity. It's just coming out of all sides. And overeating, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm getting fatter and fatter every time. Maybe I'll indulge in that at some point, and I could testify to that. But I'm saying to you, I still think the double pipe classic, the gas version, a more rare thing and a more special thing, and definitely a more finite thing. It's almost like when it happens that you're kind of like, did that just happen? And I don't know if there's been any double pipe classic. I can't remember through all the years of YMH. It's not like you can plan for one, so I don't know if there's ever been one recorded on film. It's like Sasquatch. I mean, it's Sasquatch, but I truly believe it and know that it exists because I have friends who have experienced the double pipe classic. Tom and Christina have discussed witnessing each other's People have sent in emails where they've done it in front of their wives or their children or someone in their family. They have people in their home. You know what I'm saying? They're not like the roach who's just living alone. They have human beings in there that can witness these great, great beauties and rare occasions. I'm saying that this man's doesn't count. It's not as rare, but it is devastating and gross and disgusting. What do we say out there in the smoke a cig, Potter? Is that I would do that in my own home. I don't care about. I don't smoke in my house. I'll tell you that, Stanktron. I don't smoke in my house. What are you guys talking about smoking cigs? You're going to make me want to do one. Jesus. Anyhow. Do you not agree with me? I'm trying to see if I get any validation in the stink portal here. They're all just saying smoke a cig, and it's making me very much want to. Now it's all I'm going to be thinking about for the next 18 minutes. I'll smoke in your house. I only smoke weed in my house. I'll smoke a vape. But I guess I made that whole grand gesture, that grand lecture, I should have said, on why this man is wrong with what his version of a double pipe classic is, and you guys aren't even fucking. Fine. I smoked my vape. Is that better? Anywho, Snarf is here. Glad to see you. I've got other emails here. Let's keep moving, shall we? I don't. How did we get on the topic of cigs? I'm trying to go back and see here, but anyhow, I'm going to keep it moving forward instead. This is about Tony Johns and his. I keep calling him Tommy John still, especially today. Tony Johns and his. I don't know if you've seen on Instagram, but there's going to be some upcoming news regarding Tony Johns. I'm not going to say one thing or the other, but I mean, if you follow him on Instagram, oh boy, that's all I'll say. You saw stuff. It's good. It's fine stuff. It's good stuff. I'm making it sound ominous, and it's not. But we will have Tony John's news upcoming episode next week, most likely. But this was involving his Cameo, and he does have a Cameo. Go support his Cameo if you need one. Please, get him out of my inbox. It says here, hey, Hitler. My friend got a Cameo from Tony Johns for our mutual friend, and safe to say he did not disappoint. Well, that's great. So you're getting your money's worth if you go get a Cameo from old Tony Johns. We are all Salt Lake natives and have had amazing interactions with the legend himself back in the heyday of the ladies' man. Wow. So, boy, oh boy, I would love to hear about those. I mean, he's going to tell us some more things in this, but I would love to get this guy on the horn here inside the Sting Portal with us to give us live updates of like heyday Tony John stories. That would be awesome. Anybody out there in Salt Lake who has run into the man, the myth, the legend themselves, do hit us up at behindthejeansshow@gmail.com. So here he continues on. Fun fact. In the video, he calls our friend Queer Bitch Lovato. Well, that's rude. Queer Bitch Lovato. Oh, boy. And it says here that he calls our friend Queer Bitch Lovato. And my friend wrote in to call him Queen Bitch. So, in Cameo, you can give prompts to the person. Tell them what to say, essentially. And he said, can you say Queen Bitch Lovato? And he said, Queer Bitch Lovato. Super funny seeing. Tony called my friend a queer bitch. Best $10 my buddy could have spent. It's only $10, folks. Get out there and grab one. You too could be called a queer bitch by old Tony Johns there. Also wanted to shout out his Cameo. Well worth it. I'll copy the link to the video below. Oh my goodness, we have the video? Let's go, dude. Hold on, I'm getting it here for you. Yada-dee, yada-dee, yada-dee. Let's put it in the share machine. Come on, baby, do that conga. Doobie, 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 dee, 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 doo, dee, doo, doo. Is it up there? Do we have it on the screen? Oh, it's up, baby. Woo, we up out of E. Let's watch it.
Hey, what's going on, partner? This is for Brandon. I just want to say one of your friends um, put you up to this, brother. This is from Peyton. He just wants to wish you a happy birthday, brother. I just want to say, first of all, thanks for the cameos. So I really appreciate it. But anyways, let's get to the video. I really appreciate you guys, man. You fans are amazing.
Man, I love it so far because Tony Johns is just like so stoked that he's got a camp. Like he's not like, I'm not gonna even. He's not getting right into it. He's like, I can't even believe I'm doing this right now. He's so thankful. So go. I mean, it's $10. Come on, baby.
He just wants to wish you a happy birthday. Hopefully, your birthday goes well. Hopefully you can get some strippers. I don't know, man. Hopefully you can just have some fun. Just relax. Vibe. Go to the club. Go to the strip club. Whatever you gotta do, man. Hang out with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I don't know if you're straight or gay, but just whatever makes you happy. Do that on your birthday, brother.
That's good. That's good. So far, so good. Good birthday. Hey, go. You want to vibe. You want to relax. Go to the strip. That's his first inclination about what you should do on your birthday. Strip club, baby. God, I don't mind the strip club here and there. I mean, I've gone to a good chunk of them in my day, of course. And you have a fun time. But that's not where I want to go on my birthday necessarily. I don't think that's not like the first thing that comes to my mind. In fact, just last night, had some shows, did a set very late last night. And afterwards, there was a couple comics who were drinking. They're like, we're going to the strippy, baby. We're going to the strippy. They kept calling it the strippy, which I thought, I've never heard that in my life. But I was like, I got it. I got behind the jeans tomorrow. I'm going to pass on the strippy, guys. I'm going to pass on the strippy tonight. But yeah, for my birthday, though, I mean, do the strippers, they must treat you nice for your birthday. But then your friends really got to buck up. It's really on your friends to take you to the strip club on your birthday. You can't be the one to be like, it's my birthday today. Just show up alone at the strip club and be like, hi, it's my birthday. I guess if you go to the strip club alone at all for any occasion, just always say it's your birthday because you need a little pick me up and boost and attention. But anyhow, let's see. I mean, he's only halfway through this thing. He really gives you your time. He's reading the next part now. You can see him squinting on there. And
Brandon Lovelet. So this is what Peyton wrote. Brandon Lovelet. But we all used to call him queer bitch They're amazing, but hey, you know what? If your friends call you that, that's what they call you.
hey, that's very mindful of him. He knows that we're gonna watch. Like we're watching this video right now. There's a lot of people that are gonna see us watching this, and he's like, "Listen, I'm just gonna read what the guy wrote to me." He says, "Queer bitch Lovato." Now we obviously know he said queen bitch. Either way, he could have taken it this way, and he's like, "Listen, that's what the guy wrote," and he put it all out there for you. He's being smart. No one's canceling Tony Johns over this cameo. No, sir.
Bitch Lovato. That's so wild, man. But we all used to call him queer bitch Lovato. This is a nickname, so if you can say that in the video, that'd be great. There you go, man. I mean, I love gay people. They're amazing, but hey, you know what? If your friends call you that, that's what they call you, brother. Queer bitch Lovato. That's so wild, man. That's so bad, so dirty. Fuck.
So dirty.
Just want to wish you a happy birthday, man. Hopefully, hopefully you have a good one, Brandon. Happy birthday, brother. Live it up, man. Your birthday only comes once a year, so live it up, man. And if you need anything, I'm always here, brother. Live it up, man. Happy birthday.
Ooh, we gave him a kissy face at the end. I mean, $10, dude. Go get one. Oh my Lord Almighty. Oh my Lord, so bad, so dirty. Yeah, it was Live Life 365. Hell yeah, dude. And by the way, as I teased and everything else, this is an even further tease. I mean, we're going to see more of Tony Johns very, very, very soon. if you follow his Instagram, you might have somewhat of an idea of what I'm discussing, but we'll be able to discuss it slightly more in the near future. A little tease for you here on Behind the Jeans. Remember, tune in next week and you'll get even more info. It's every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Now, let's get into the fun, shall we? We had all the fun and games with talking about our itchy crotches and our Play-Doh-y balls, and got to see a fun Tony John's video there with the Cameo. But now we have 2 airtight emails, and I am psyched. Let's go. Here's an airtight story. I don't know if you were legit looking for stories. I was. BehindTheGeneShow@gmail.com. I'll always read your fucking airtight stories. I'll tell you what. All right. Let's hear it. I don't know if you were legit looking for stories, but I'm a bi guy. All right. And I do amateur porn. They put in there, should we say their Twitter handle here, Cougar? I mean, I put it in the email. So if you want to look up the amateur porn at Reva LI41 on Twitter. That's REVALI41 on Twitter. Go check out this guy's amateur porn. Watch him suck and fuck, for Christ's sake. I know Melissa's going to be on that one. I've done several airtights. Now, it's a little different for a guy to do airtights. Less holes. It's only 2 dicks. One in here, one in here. And I would venture to guess that if you're talking 2 dicks with a lady who has 3 holes, if you're talking airtight with them, if you were only qualifying airtight as 2 dicks, I bet you the percentage of ladies who would have that had happened, the percentage would go up, is what I'm getting at. In a roundabout way. I'm sorry my brain's so fucked. I've done several airtights. For a guy, again, unless you're plugging up the pee hole with something, airtight is 2 holes. So he's done this several times. Weirdly enough, though, most have been off camera. Ooh la la. Yeah, it's tough to set up a camera when you got 2 dicks inside you, right? You can't really focus and everything else. The wildest one I ever did was a guy set up a big gangbang for his girlfriend's birthday. What a nice guy. Now that is some. Would your girlfriend out there like that, fellas? Be like, I set up a gangbang for us. Happy birthday. That's such a wild gift. Oh my God, it's my girlfriend's birthday tomorrow. You know what I got her? A gangbang. Yeah, I'm going to be in it. I mean, she would want me to be in it, I would assume. I mean, if she doesn't want me in it, I can always just watch it. What a wild birthday gift. The gall. I'm just going to do that next time. If I ever get to have a girlfriend again, when I get to celebrate her birthday, I'll be like, babe, boy, do I have a gift for you. Guys, bring in the gangbang for my girl. Happy birthday to you. You know, you're Outback Steakhouse or something. Anyhow, this girl had 2 in the vag. This is in the gangbang for the birthday, by the way. 2 in the vag. Oh, my Lord. 1 in the ass, 2 in the mouth, and 1 in each hand. Now, now, can I call boo on this one for a second? I'm not saying this person is lying, but I'm going to need to see the schematics of that. 2 in the vag. First of all, that's very difficult to perform. You have to get them butted up next to each other and go on. You know what I'm saying? So the guy's already. Now you have to have 1 in the ass. Now the guy in the vag that's here, he's in the middle, and there's one doing. So imagine the woman's on my lap looking at you, right? I'm in the vag, another guy in the vag. Now I'd need a guy to sit on my lap to go in the ass, and then one guy to be on this guy's lap to go in the mouth, kind of, with his ass in his face. Kind of like when Christina farted. And then we'd need 2 on the side. So this woman, she's got a lot to maintain. She has to, it's like walking a tightrope. She's like, oh, well, lend a brother up there trying to get all the, I mean, whew. I guess I figured out how it could happen. There was a second there where I was going to call boo on that and be like, there's no way that happened. It's impossible, but I just figured it out. All we have to do is talk things out here on Behind the Jeans. That's the benefit of having the stink portal too. I'm sure you guys were going to tell me that, right? You guys probably already deduced all of these things inside the stink portal in the chat. You're painting a whole picture. I love it, says Little Boner. Well, yes, we had to get to the bottom of it. We had to figure out exactly how that would occur. And we did. I laid it all out there. It is feasible, is all I'm getting at. Anything is possible, says Snarf. Well, not anything. But yes, I do agree. I do like your enjoyment of the possibilities. Maybe you could have got one more in the S, but that's your cover. You got to get some small dicks in there to do that. You know what I mean? You can't have all hogs and do quad DP. You know what I mean? Fucking Bobby says this is too many penises. 3 is a crowd, so you'd accept one more penis to the mix, but 3 is crazy to you. I guess that's true. The hand guys are the guys who are actually getting the best. Maybe even the mouth guy. The mouth guy's up there, and he has to turn around and be like, sorry, my ass is in your face, bro. And he's giving him, remember what I said? The guy's got to wear, the guy in the front vag, he's got to wear the protective goggles we were talking about earlier when Christina crop dusted that woman, because he could very well get a little pink eye if this guy gets squirrely with his butt. You see how easily our episodes turn into dick talk? I mean, that's the show, folks. That's the show. It's going to turn into dick talk. It's going to quickly devolve to dick talk. We talked about crotches and balls for a half hour. I could talk all day. I could go hours. I could do 60 minutes on fucking crotches all day long. What was I going to do? Is there more to this? Okay. We were all tested beforehand. Okay, good. I'm glad you told me that. Like I gave a shit. We were all tested beforehand, so it was a real raw gangbang too. I didn't assume they were wearing condoms, fella. And most of the other guys were bi at this party too. Cool. So we had no problems getting super close with each other. Oh, so maybe, oh my God. So imagine if you're bi now. It's an added element of fun. So now not only do you have the gentleman on your lap, but you could be like, you know what I'm saying? You could be enjoying his holes too. It's not just a thing where you're in a like crowded area. It's not like you're on a subway during rush hour where you're just like, hey, what's up? I know we just got to deal with this situation, Sure, I know, I get it. Don't, because people will be like, I'm sorry, and you're like, no, totally, dude. I mean, we're slammed in here like sardines. Totally get it. No, now they're enjoying it. They're like, yeah, get in here, man. So that could be extra fun. You're just like, oh my goodness, which place would you want to be if you were enjoying your hole getting played with and your dick getting something? I think the mouth is still the number one on the depth chart for that spot. The 2 hand jobs are like Eiffel Towering over. I think if you're a dirty bird, you want the back. You know what I mean? Maybe even, but if you're the back and you are the second vagina dick, that is the anchor position. You have to be real sturdy. You're down there at the base. You're kind of the whole thing. You're keeping the ship afloat, essentially. So that's a lot of pressure. You got to have your captain. That's where the captain goes. But I'm talking best spot is got to be the mouth spot. And the ass would be kind of fun too, I suppose. But again, you're a little more like under the chassis there. So, I don't know. Just my thoughts on it. Where would you want to be in this human centipede, folks? Do tell in the stink portal. Get your Mom's House YouTube memberships and let us know. Where do you want to be in the old Eiffel Tower? Touch my birthday gangbang through the fence. Yeah. All for the birthday. Yeah. For my girl's birthday, I got her 6 dicks. Hey, honey. So I got 6 penises for you. Open up. Sponsored by Blue Chew. Yeah, you would need to do a little something to keep it going. The logistics were insane. We essentially, oh my God. He tells the logistics. Oh my God, here we go, baby. Am I going to be a genius or not? You would think I pre-read these. I did not. I like having these surprises. The logistics were insane. We essentially were holding each other up and had to bend in a bunch of different ways to fit all the dicks in. Well, yeah. What if I could have went in there the way that I just described it and actually fixed it? You know what I mean? I go in like Elon Musk. I'm doing Doge to I'm making their gangbang more efficient. You know, I come in there with my efficiency plan, and I tell them how to do. I go, no. You have a lot of wasted space here. You're doing extra work. Yada yada yada. We essentially were holding each other up and had to bend in a bunch of different ways to fit in all the dicks. Plus, it was a cream pie gangbang, and I entered in the double vaginal penetration. See, he anchored, and it was a cream pie one. So yeah, you got to finish off. Oof. I don't know which one we'd finish first. That poor lady, by the way, filled to the brim with semen. Holy hell, right? Holy hell. Well, maybe he's got pictures up on his amateur porn situation. We don't have his name, but we have his Twitter listed on the email. He gave it to us. He asked us to read this. Anyhow, we've got another one. And I don't mind going into overtime for a fucking Airtight story. I'll tell you what. And I started a minute or two late. So let's get into it. Shall we? When I was 18, ooh. Do you ever hear about that? Isn't that creepy when guys are like, barely legal? You're like, all right, man, relax. When I was 18, I moved to Paris and I lived down the street from a bar called The Impact Bar, which was open 6 nights a week. You walk in, they give... What bar, by the way, is open 6 nights a week? I mean, open that 7th day. What is it, the Lord's Day or just closed? You walk in, they give you a bag, and you take off all your clothes except for your closed-toed shoes. No exceptions. Wow. It's like a yonder bag for your clothes. Wowie, gazowie, no exceptions. What a bar. Once inside, you're confronted by a sea of uncircumcised penises. Yeah, that's the kind of penis that goes to a bar like this. Typically. Like if you're a regular at this bar in fucking Paris, yeah, you're going to have an uncut European dick. That's how it goes. And go to a fucking Greek beach for Christ's sake. It's uncircumcised as far as the eye can see. From sea to shining sea. And the seas are cocks in this case. France purportedly had the largest average penis size in Europe. That does not surprise me. I'm not even going to corroborate that assumption there. I don't even need to look it up. That's one of those things you hear and you go, yeah, that sounds about right. Upstairs is a bar. Downstairs, a dungeon. What do you think happens down in the dungeon? Dungeons, I mean, do we even use dungeons for what they were invented for anymore? I don't even think people are using dungeons to jail their enemies any longer. It's like, put them in the dungeon. Now you go put them in the dungeon and it's like, ooh, I'm gonna come a lot down in the dungeon. Dungeons are just for sex now. They're no longer for imprisoning the people that had done you wrong. Watch your forehead on that staircase going down to the dungeon. The second time I went, I had 4 dark Frenchmen push me into a booth downstairs. One in my ass, one in my mouth, one sucking my dick, one sucking on my ear. Now that's the guy you got to worry about, the guy who goes straight for the ear. Hey, man. There's a lot other going on here. Although he could just be into a awful game of gay musical chairs there. Because the one guy got the ass first. The one guy got the mouth. The one guy sucking his dick. This guy's like, I guess I'll go ear. It was the first thing he thought of. Once all the, desired spots were chosen. So, this person continues here. I had a full body orgasm without ejaculation. Okay. I mean, that happens. Maybe that actually is the most intense orgasm when you don't actually come. You get the old thunder without the lightning, if you will. The other times I went were also fun. Well, I'm glad. I mean, this guy's got a dick in his ass, dick in his mouth. Someone was sucking his dick, and the guy was sucking on the ear. That's a 5-star Yelp review. I mean, go to this fucking bar's Yelp, and it's like, boy, oh boy. First, I was shoved in a dungeon by 4 dark Frenchmen. And my, the experience grew even more wonderful from there. I had a dick in my ass, one in my mouth, one sucking my dick, and one sucking on my ear. 5 stars. Would recommend. Full body orgasm without ejaculation. The other times I went were also fun. But you had to be careful because... You had to be careful because groups of Arab men would stand outside and stare hatefully / lustfully at the men walking into the bar. knowing full well what happened inside. This is why they're in Europe. They're getting worried about immigration. You don't want to have an Orlando nightclub situation where the guy's like, "God, I'm so gay and repressed." You know what I'm saying? That's you got to be careful of that. Those guys are so gay. They're like, "God, I want to go in the dungeon so bad. I fucking hate them." And then they get all violent and weird. Oh my Lord, so wild. At any rate, it was a really good bargain because they only charged you €5 if you were 21 or younger. Oh my God, they're putting X on the hands. You can't have alcohol, but you can sure have dungeon sex. Get down there, cowboy. That was from Simply B. Sent that in, keeping the rest of it. Man, oh man, I did not expect to hear gay Airtight stories. That was exciting, and I loved it. I didn't even know that's okay. The last one there. Remember the first gentleman was speaking how he's like, I've been airtight, blah, blah, blah. It's not such a brag when it's only, this guy truly was so airtight, the guy was in his fucking ear. I mean, that's about as airtight as you can get as a guy, where it compares to the 3-hole airtight of a woman. Oh my God, what a journey, folks. Holy hell. You can have alcohol in France at 18, right? Oh, I guess you can. I don't know. Well, you certainly can have dungeon sex at 18 there, little boner. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I am so happy that we are here today and that we had so much fun. So many fun emails and submissions. BehindTheGeneShow@gmail.com. Next week, we're going to have some fun news, I think, and we will perhaps be discussing some more Tony Johns. But do let us know. I would love to have another curated session like that again, where Cougar goes through the email, compiles some of the best stories. If you have an airtight thing, hell, we read about a guy's crotch rot for however long. Anything you want, do send it into BehindTheGeneShow@gmail.com. I mentioned I'm going to be in San Diego March 27th, American Comedy Company. I'd love it if you're in the area. Come on out, buy some tickets. TheJoshPotter.com is where you can buy tickets to go see me in old San Diego come March 27th. I would love to see you there. Thank you to Cougar for curating all of that. And thank you to all the new members. I want to go through them here because we got a lot of new ones today. Thank you to Calvin, Christy, Michael, Shockwave Gaming, Bino the Don, Brandon, Mason, Buddy, Chad Von Shore, Simply Hi Mommy, Mason, Simon, Bobby, Bill, Matthew. Oh my God. And then at the end here, wowie gazowie. Oh my Lord. We are adding people to the Stink Portal via fucking Bobby gifting 5 YMH memberships. Thank you so much. Coming in at the buzzer there with that. And I can't wait for next week, folks. I'm very excited. I hope we get to talk about the things that I'd like to talk about next week. I can't wait. Oh my God. So make sure you're tuning in next Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, for some Behind the Jeans. Oh my Lord, I love you. We'll see you next time, folks. I'm trying to find my fucking music to go out here. Oh, there it is.
This is big time.
Bye.
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone's mother into this.
Your mama in the fucking stands.
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pashitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.